Hi, I'm Leslie Kramer from Institutional Investor, and I'm here at our Mutual Fund Industry Awards dinner. Joining me tonight is Brad Alford, who is the founder and portfolio manager at Alpha Capital Management. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Leslie.
Sure. So you founded your investment advisory firm with a focus on alternative investments in 2006, and you oversaw its first foray into liquid alternative asset mutual funds a little over a year ago. So could you just talk to us a bit about this asset class and the decision to offer these type of investments?
That'd be great. I started the firm a little over 6 years ago, and we came originally from the endowment world, the Duke and Emory endowments, and we were heavily invested in alternative investments, mainly hedge funds. So Duke was 50% in hedge funds. So when I started Alpha, we were very focused on an endowment model, so heavily into alternatives, and particularly hedge funds for our clients. And hedge funds worked great in 2000 when I started Alpha in 06. So hedge funds worked great in 06, 07, and 08. The wheels fell off, not just in the S&P, but in hedge funds as well. And things that no one had ever experienced, like gates and lockups, and obviously the big Ponzi scheme with Madoff. And for someone like me, with 25 years of experience in the industry, it was a real eye-opener to what hedge funds, really the downside that you could have in hedge funds. And so what we did, we looked out there in 2008 and looked for things that were more liquid, that also hedged, that were multi-strategy. And we didn't see anything, so we decided to create 2 different mutual funds. Well, at the time, they were just separate accounts, just for Alpha clients. And then we started managing money for other firms. And then we were encouraged by some larger investors to do mutual funds. So we launched some mutual funds last January. And so we're very new to mutual funds, but the strategies are a little over 3 years old.
All right, great. Your Alpha Defense Growth Fund is currently in the top 7% of its universe, according to Morningstar, and has been classified by Morningstar as an alternative/multi-alternative, which is a new asset allocation that they rolled out last year. So could you just talk a little bit about this designation and how the fund has been successful?
Great. Well, Morningstar has 3 broad categories, which are equities, fixed income, and alternatives. I think most people are surprised there's over 300 different alternative managers out there. So it's there's 7 subclasses, and we're kind of the catch-all, which is now called multi-alternative. So we don't fit nicely into a little bucket. So they put I think there's probably 100 or so managers that are multi-alternative. And the categorization is new by Morningstar, and so it's been interesting to see who they put in there. But the success has been, what's different about, we're a fund of funds, so all of our underlying managers are mutual funds, and they're primarily alternative funds. We screen all 7,000 managers and have a proprietary model that we use to screen our managers. And our defensive fund has done really well because it's been a very defensive environment. Not so much this quarter because this has been a straight up equity market for the first quarter of 2012, but last year very volatile. A lot of our managers are long and short, and it can make money in down markets. So it worked really well for our clients.
Okay. And you've helped push sales of the fund recently by hiring a third-party marketing firm. And you also were able to get the fund on the Schwab and Fidelity platforms.
We have.
Can you just talk a little bit about this decision and how it's been working out?
Well, Schwab and Fidelity are the 800-pound gorillas. Our primarily market right now is we're selling to other registered investment advisors. And so most RIAs, and we're also on Pershing as well, so the 3 big platforms that we're on right now. And so when we go to an RIA, we want them to have the ability to buy the fund. So we went first to Schwab, then Fidelity and Pershing, and the process is somewhat long. It's several months, and it can be expensive, but it's been great being on there. They've been great partners so far, and we're very pleased, and we hope to get on TD Ameritrade. And it's been a real learning process to get on the platforms, but you have to be on there because people have to be able to buy the funds.
All right. And then how do you feel about being recognized as a rising star in the mutual fund industry?
Tremendously flattered, especially since the funds are just a year old. So I feel very fortunate, and one of the most exciting things to be already honored by this award so early on. So I've only where to go but up from here. So it's been a fantastic achievement for me.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Leslie.